Hello, everyone. My name is Mohammad Chaudhry, and I am a CIO consultant in the New York City area. I created this YouTube channel for similar reasons to my podcast, Tales of a CIO. So that podcast is on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, and I think one other platform. Oh, Anchor. And the goal of that podcast, and I'll be migrating content here or copying it here as well. So I just maximize my social media presence is um, I wanted to chronicle my journey or save my stories for myself first and foremost. As I get older, I find myself forgetting stories, experiences, mistakes that I've made, success stories, and I don't want to, years from now, I don't want to forget what I was doing, 20 years ago or 15 years ago, right? So even now, I'm thinking back 10 years, and I find myself forgetting stories that are valuable, at least to me. So, if anything, this is just a way for me to save key memories for myself, professionally, of course. Um, I, I do a lot of mentoring, so I'm also hoping that these podcasts, these videos will be not even hoping. I know that they will be valuable to the people that I mentor, the professional groups that I'm in, where I do panel discussions or Q&As. Recording my responses to the common questions will definitely have a value. So that's something I'm looking forward to. And also just reaching new audiences. I don't want just my experiences, which I've worked very hard to accrue, to just matter to me or to the people I directly or indirectly mentor. I want people outside of my network to benefit from my stories. So, a little bit about me and why I'm bothering with this. I'm a CIO consultant. I've been at the C level for a couple of years. I've been working in the industry for over a decade, and I started as a help desk technician and rose all the way up to the C level, where I've worked across healthcare, manufacturing, consumer goods, e-commerce, consulting, um, state and federal government work, some work in higher education, and so on and so forth. I have my own consulting company, which is Chaudhry Enterprise Solutions LLC, located in New Jersey. And from the Bay Area to New York City, I've traveled everywhere. I've worked with various clients, from startups to Fortune 500 to large federal agencies. I have been an agent of change with management IT consulting for everyone and everywhere. And what I think, what value I have to offer is that I've held, I have a lot of different lenses. First and foremost, I don't see a lot of Muslim authorities or Muslim, I don't want to say influencers, but I don't see a lot of Muslim role models on social media. And not to mention, I bring with me a very diverse background that's hard to find or replicate. You don't find a lot of people who work their way up from help desk all the way to C level. Um, those folks don't tend to be on YouTube, on Spotify, on these platforms. You don't see a lot of folks who have worked in different markets. So for someone to work in New York and have done work in Central PA and have done work in Dallas and the Bay Area and Georgia and Michigan and Chicago, um, these different markets expose you to different people. So that's another lens I can bring. On top of working in different roles, I've worked in different markets and then different industries. Right, I've worked in healthcare, which is all about regulation and compliance, and then I've worked in manufacturing where there is no rule book, no SOPs or manuals. It's just everything is on the fly, right? We do things first and try to make it make sense after the fact. So, different roles, different markets, different industries. On top of obviously, being I hope a decent Muslim role model. I found that all of these, when you layer them together, just put me in a really niche spot. I didn't find any examples, or any people on social media who were sharing the sort of stories that I have to share, had the kind of knowledge experiences that I have to, offer. And I've been mentoring for a couple of years now. I mentor students from Rutgers University, NJIT, Stony Brook University, University of Texas, University of California. And I started mentoring, about 5, 6, 7 years ago. And my mentorship, I have college seniors who are looking to break into the industry. I have people in the industry looking to either pivot or grow. Maybe they want a promotion. and I coach them. I help them develop their skills. And over the years, I get a lot of common questions, and it only recently, and shamefully, I'm ashamed it took this long, but only recently came to my attention that maybe instead of answering the same questions over and over, I should record them and then put them online. So, if a student, if a mentee is having a problem at work, okay, I have a story for that. Go to this playlist or go to this podcast, and I'll share a very similar situation, right? If students have routine, bread and butter questions like, what's the difference between resume and CV, or federal government or government versus private sector, what is better, union job versus non-union job, any of these questions, I definitely have content for it, or I plan to create content, and then I can just share that. So instead of answering questions over and over, I can just create some, send them the link, and then that's it. They'll be able to see my response. I save my time, and they can also revisit those videos over and over again. So rather than asking me something multiple times because they didn't understand the first time, they can play it over and over again without feeling embarrassed. So, a lot of my videos are recorded on the fly. There's no script. I do it, to seem authentic. I also do it because I record these videos when I get a chance. So if I look like I'm about to leave, or I just got back from somewhere, I've had a long day, or maybe I'm on the go, chances are that is the case. Unless I have a guest speaker, right? So my podcast has a few components, 4 or 5 components, and I'll be replicating that here. So one thing is sharing anecdotes, right? Sharing anecdotes that I think have value, right? Lessons learned. It could be a success story, or it could be a mistake that I made, and it's just a cautionary tale. There will be questions and answers. So if I get a question asked often enough, I'll find a way to answer that question and upload the video. The third component is just reaction videos, where I look at news articles and just give my 2 cents on a decision companies are making, or maybe announcements that are in the newspapers about the current work climate, stuff like that. And then the last part is bringing on guest speakers. So bringing people from the industry who work either in my field or maybe other fields, and talking about their experience, how do they get to the role that they have, and what advice do they have for college students or people who are in the job market who are looking to enhance themselves, improve their skills and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I'm being mindful that my experiences are my own, and first and foremost, they're only valuable to me, right? They're the most valuable to me, and that's why I'm not concerned about too much about monetization or growth or advertising this everywhere. If it's valuable to people, they'll consume it, and if it's not, they won't. So I won't be peddling this page too hard, but I know it'll be valuable to me and valuable to my mentees. But I hope that if you're someone who is not in my network, that you will find some value from these videos. So with that said, I will try to finish my introductory video now, and I look forward to sharing valuable content with you. Thank you.